I mentioned a moment ago that neither coach had used their challenge.
First of all, I want to say free the homie Woj up top. You know, free the dog Woj, man. Free him till I say it backwards. You heard? Free the gang in them.
That's the energy you coming with?
That's the energy I'm coming with, man. Free my homie Woj, man. He innocent, man. Not you.
He didn't send that email.
He didn't send that email, man. He was hacked. Hacked.
My fault, guys. I believe it.
Yo, so Mix is in here. Yo, Mix.
An hour
Mix,
later.
you ain't here? We ain't here?
We live.
First of all, before I do the introduction, I just want to tell Miggs that I was forced yesterday. I was forced my hand was forced. I didn't want to fire you. I was like, give Miggs a chance. And I was just getting all types of messages from people that will remain nameless, Carl. That were telling
Mike
me,
was,
man,
Mike
you
was
don't
leading that.
Y'all don't gotta.
Mike
don't
is the
gotta
KD of the
sugarcoat.
group. Mike is the KD of the group.
I said fire Miggs.
you heard it.
We should still fire that nigga, but he's good for the pod.
I said Miggs was an integral part of the podcast.
You said you wasn't gonna let Miggs even apply for unemployment.
I didn't say no such word. I want to let you know that I was forced.
No podcast would survive without Miggs.
Ooh.
But Miggs needs his own podcast, bro.
Exactly.
Miggs says he
this
is
is a
the
come up for me.
podcast.
After this, I'm just gonna get my own. It's gonna be probably me and Lamar, like making a Mad Dog.
Oh.
That's it. We gonna just money. But I need to iron out. I need to sharpen my iron through this. So I got you.
Mike,
He's just using us.
Mike, he said you a Cleveland and he's LeBron James. He about to go Miami on your ass.
I was forced and coerced to making those comments. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yo, Miggs out here.
And you did not have an entanglement with that woman.
Exactly.
Yo, Miggs out here talking about
I wish
Bobby
Jason
Brown.
was with an NBA player, man. I could talk about that shit the whole.
All right. Let's actually get into the topics for the day.
Yes. Welcome back, guys, to the Coaches Challenge, where we here review and elaborate on pinnacle times in NBA history. And as of recent, we've been talking with everything that's been going on with the NBA, and there's a lot that's been going on with the bubble. A lot of players have been talking about their bubble experiences. Sidebar, Maurice Thibault, rookie of 76ers, has a vlog in regards to the bubble, which is pretty interesting. But yeah,
Sixers. Speaking
Guys,
of quick news about the Sixers, they're going to be exclusively playing Ben Simmons at the power forward. So that's going to be nice. And Malik is going to be coming. Yeah, Malik is going to be the point guard.
That's a good move. I approve of that. Even though I don't know about that
That's pretty
point guard.
good.
Shake is a good player.
Yeah, he's on the come up.
Yeah.
So, his game is out there.
All right.
Man, he just there to fill a position. That's really it.
Pretty much, but he's the next best player for that position. Like
He could score though.
Once Ben Simmons develops a jump shot, like even if it like becomes like wild during the bubble, I believe he's gonna move back to the bench if Ben Simmons gets a jump shot. But Ben Simmons also isn't the main issue. The main issue is Embiid and Horford together aren't the best. But let's get back to
If
the
they have
bubble.
Horford coming off the bench, I think you guys will be good.
Yeah, I agree. All right, but yeah, so the bubble accommodation. Apparently, Rajon Rondo was not happy with his with his room. He
Wait,
said,
isn't Rondo getting surgery?
"Yeah, but
Get him out the
he
bubble.
posted his room and he said it looked like a Motel 6."
have you seen videos like
Bro,
I haven't seen the videos. I've just seen the picture of his. His isn't like his isn't Motel 6, but compared to what he's probably used to, it seems like a Motel 6.
Joe Ingles
But it does
was
definitely
saying
not.
that Joe Ingles was saying that he was stuck in the room for the quarantine section. with like a room with no windows, or like you can't open any windows and everything. So,
Damn.
so he was like, dang, to come from, living in your house, you could move around with your family and kids all over the place, to being stuck in a room with no windows. He's like,
no window?
It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like looking over. I'm
You
like,
would think the NBA would put them better than that.
Exactly.
I guess they put him in the bad resort. Put him in the low budget resort.
But again, they the NBA wasn't ready for this. They had to scrabble and scrap and push it together. Yo, I saw a 17-minute video of J.R. Smith where he posted and he was talking shit about all the shit in his room that they gave him. He was like, yo, they gave me a his and hers. They gave me a his and hers bathroom, and they don't allow me to bring her. But there's no her. It's just me, myself, and because remember, he's not a big player.
JR, they know who you are, JR.
Yo,
his view,
his window. He looks outside his window is the parking lot. Yo.
Hey, the NBA tried to silence him. They said for him to stop posting so much about the bubble.
Yeah. He was exposing too much. Yo, I was loving the whole video. He was like, yo, the NBA. He put the phone on his bed and he was like, yo, the NBA don't get no blankets, man. The NBA don't get no blankets. And then he comes on later, and then they finally give him a blanket. And he's like, yo, this shit is too small, baby. This shit is too small.
I'm pretty sure that LeBron James has something to do with that.
He was like, yo, AD and LeBron don't get this size time.
Take off his blankets.
You said
take out the fridge. Take out the fridge too.
Yo, but okay. The funny thing, all right, we're sidetracking real quick, but like about LeBron and JR. Did you notice that this like trend on Twitter was like the villain versus the actual villain? And they had JR, and then they had what's his name, George Hill. George Hill is the actual villain of what you call it, of that Cleveland series. Just saying.
Oh, okay.
How you see that?
George Hill is a 80+ career free throw shooter. Yes, I do not think that JR is innocent in the whole thing, but JR had faith that he made his first free throw and he missed the second one on purpose. So he thought they were up one. But no. He missed both of those free throws. That's inexcusable for somebody who's 80+ free throw shooter.
Yeah, but it started with JR though.
No, it didn't start with JR. It started with him missing the free throws. Like I said, JR is still a bonehead for not paying. Yeah, JR is still a bonehead for not paying attention. But he thought that he made the first one and he missed the second one on purpose because in his mind it didn't make any sense for George Hill to miss both free throws. I get that. Like he's not blameless, but the fact that George Hill gets the fact that George Hill gets no blame.
J.R. Smith looks worse though.
No, he like I said, he still looks worse. But the fact that that George Hill gets no blame at all is crazy to me.
Yeah, because what J.R. did was
crazier.
Horrible.
Yeah,
it was way worse.
I didn't even remember the George Hill miss free throw.
He had faith. He had faith in George. He had faith in George Hill. And
I forgot George Hill was even on the Cavs during that time.
And that's why he's not the villain. He was able to stay low key.
The only free throws missing that I've seen that had impacted not only a game but a series and a championship was my man Nick Anderson with the missed four in a row. In the championship series, Orlando against Houston. All you had to do was just hit one, Nick Anderson, and you missed two. And then you got fouled again.
After that, Nick Anderson was never the same again.
Two more.
I was too young.
Nick Anderson was never the same again.
I was too young to remember that.
Nick Anderson's reputation was never the same.
Nick Anderson's missed free throws. What you'll see, you'll realize that just changed. That won the championship for Houston right there.
He as a player was never the same again, bro.
Exactly right.
He didn't really have confidence after that, bro.
Would you?
Like Nick Anderson turned. Everybody, what people don't get is that Nick Anderson before the free throw missing, I mean, he was actually like a franchise player for Orlando.
Yeah,
like
he was the first pick.
Good.
He was there.
Yeah. And then after that, he became what we all thought that Nick Anderson was. Like he was just, not good. I think he got traded right after that.
He was a good shooter, but he didn't have nothing. Like he had toughness, and he had size.
I heard it was the same situation for Karl Malone. Like a lot of the series that that Utah should have won, he kept missing a bunch of free throws. Like his free throw percentage was horrible.
That messes with your whole game after.
But granted,
become afraid to get fouled.
Karl Malone didn't come in as a shooter. You feel me? He had to work for that touch that he had.
Yeah, but shooter and free throw is different.
I mean,
like there are people who could make their free throws, but can't shoot anywhere else.
Look, I saw Shaquille O'Neal, and when he was with the Lakers and a young Kobe, they were working out in my school's gym. Big up FDU, because they were going to play the New Jersey Nets. And this guy, Shaquille O'Neal, hit, no lie, 20 free throws straight in a row. He hit 20 shots from the top of the key. Like, this guy was not missing. And we all kept looking at him. We're like, damn, but you can't hit shit during the game. It plays a huge factor when you're playing, against like thousands of people, and you know that he's not the best shooter, free throw shooter there is.
That's not his thing.
I've seen Shaq drain 3-pointers. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, he was shooting from the top of the key, like that without even touching. I'm like, whoa, what
all them NBA players good.
Yeah, majority of NBA players they can
make shots. Yeah, look at Perk. Look at Perk dribbling in the driveway. That nigga got mad hands.
Like when you see the summer workouts and they at the gym and they making like 50 in a row, and you think they about to have a breakout season and they the same as they was last season.
J.R. Smith, all them.
Draymond Green.
Yeah. Every time, like the Knicks, man, the Knicks be pissing me off, man, because they have like these great summer workouts. Like I think,
aren't you used to it now?
Wait, hold on for a second. I'm curious. What great summer workout have you seen the Knicks do? Because I'm just saying.
Bro, don't you?
He's talking about the individual players.
Yeah, the individual players.
Okay.
Don't you remember about Hoodie Melo? When Hoodie Melo had like the 99 rating, but like actual Melo was like 84. Yo, that was from the summer practice workout.
Only player.
And then what's it called? Dennis Smith Jr. Last summer he looked like he was about to be amazing, dunking everywhere, shooting everywhere, doing the summer workouts, and then like the season starts, nowhere to be found.
Only player that actually gets better through his summer workouts is LeBron. When he posts his videos.
All right. Now that he mentioned LeBron, let's get back to the bubble.
LeBron, let's get back to the bubble. But
quick thing with Carl was saying is like with Larry Marketing before this season. Larry Marketing, the picture of him flexing his like bicep and it looks freaking huge. Pause, and everybody's like, yeah, Larry Marketing's gonna kill. And then Dwight Powell. He has a picture of him.
I think it has something to do with the coach and the organization. Like
I know my Chicago Bulls.
Larry Marketing was up and coming. They had to do something to him because
he was like Porzingis 2.0.
Yeah, then all of a sudden his drop off was that crazy. It's like I don't get what happened. They did something to that man.
Yo, I'm gonna roll with Miggs on that.
They had to do something to that man.
See what the Chicago Bulls plans are. They don't know what to do with the guy. They broke him. Personally, I think they broke him. It'll be interesting next season to see how he goes.
Yo, Miggs, honestly, no lie, I really thought Laurie was better than Porzingis because they had that game against each other. I think it was like 2 years ago.
And he dropped him.
He was dropping. And not only was he dropping, he wasn't getting tired. Like you saw KP was getting tired, but Laurie was making it look easy. I was scared. I was like, Laurie might be that thing.
Miggs, I don't gotta say nothing about Larry Marketing. You know how I feel about that dude, man. I call him Baby KP, Baby Porzingis.
Oh, man.
I told y'all had one.
I call him Lottie.
And before they broke him, before they broke him, his breakout game that I saw him first play was because I didn't see him in college or whatever. I saw him against the Cavs with LeBron when LeBron was on his last year, and Marketing was coming in. He was a rookie. He drained like 6 threes that game. He had like 33 on the Cavs with LeBron on it. I was like, this kid is the truth.
He's got a jumper. He's got speed. He's got a 3-point shot. Yeah.
I mean,
unfortunately, if he survives for the next 2 years,
the only thing I don't like about him,
he's going to be a great piece on another team.
The only thing I don't like about him is I don't know his actual wingspan, but he got short arms. To me, he got short arms.
For a tall guy.
For a tall guy, he got short arms, and you could tell. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
My
whatever.
dude's like a dinosaur.
Like a T-Rex. Like a T-Rex.
I hope the Bulls have been practicing though all this, this offseason, kind of, either individual or as a team, as a unit. I'm pretty sure Zach LaVine's been practicing.
Yo, Zach LaVine's a problem too.
I feel
now
so
we care about
bad
the
for
Bulls,
him.
right?
You feel bad for him. I feel worse for him.
Zach LaVine was one of the reasons why I was doing so well. Because I had him in a bunch of leagues, and I got him late in a bunch of leagues.
Wasting
Sorry to interrupt your conversation about the non-playoff teams, but yeah, back to the bubble.
Yeah, so
people might come back, and Pacers are fifth in the Eastern Conference. I mean, fifth in the Eastern. Yeah,
I feel like Oladipo is only coming back because of the fact that he sees that the Pacers are really making a push to like play without him. So he's like, nah, I need to get in this.
I think they can make some noise.
I think so as well, especially in the East. But yeah, a bunch of other people have come out and who've been infected, who have already in the bubble, and people on Twitter do what people on Twitter do. They were attacking. What was the guy's name on the Rockets? The bench player.
Russell?
No.
Oh, you're talking about
Bruno Colombo.
Yeah,
Bruno.
so I understand why they attacked him, because when I heard the news, I thought that
He got
it was-
I don't get it. Why y'all thought that? Why
because
y'all thought that?
because the
I
Rockets
knew-
because the Rockets checked in already. I didn't see that the only Rockets that didn't check in were both Harden
Those
and
are separate
Westbrook.
articles stating that Westbrook and Harden were going to check in later. So I know
Yeah.
he didn't get them sick.
Yeah,
So-
but that was a reach, though, man. That's
How was that? How was that a reach if they were already been there and practicing?
Because there was an article that came
No.
out.
No. I'm saying before, like, if people didn't know that
before
already.
it came out, I heard y'all saying that on the chat or whatever, but I was like, damn,
That's
why
not
would
a-
y'all assume that he passed it to him? To
Why would Bruno?
That's not a reach.
What's his last name? I don't want to keep missing.
Caboclo.
Caboclo. Why would Bruno Caboclo be even in the same section with Harden and Westbrook?
They're
Yeah,
still
like-
they're still
I'm thinking
practicing.
They, just sat in the same row.
They could have
on
first.
the same team bus. Like,
Yeah,
you know what
but
mean?
I don't think
Wait,
anybody
you've
else.
you've never had like first string versus like the second string or anything like that, or something like
that's
that.
also true too.
Yeah,
in the
but
practice
Bruno-
mode.
It's practicing.
Bruno's playing string B. He's not playing in string A.
It's the top niggas still need somebody to beat on when they're in fucking practice.
That's true.
Yeah. Don't
That's
you
not-
know
that's
that
not
Mayweather has a sparring partner that he beats up every time before a
that's-
fight? You are, look, champions are not as good as the people they practice against.
Like you're thinking that because Westbrook is freaking on like the A squad that like they're not going to be around each other in practice, or they're not going to hang out with each other outside of. They might not hang out outside of practice, but best believe that they do interact somewhat within practice. That's why it wasn't a stretch for people to think that he got Westbrook sick. But all you had to do was do a Google real quick, which, like I said, I'm guilty of because I thought this nigga got him sick.
Yeah.
And you saw that Westbrook and Harden didn't check in yet, because I saw the post that said that the Rockets checked in already. That's the only reason why I thought that he got Westbrook sick.
Yeah, but
It's still an issue. Like he still needed to be like not fully attacked, but like blamed, because it's still dumb. Like the reason why he got sick while he's in the bubble.
Yeah, it was a dumb move by him. But I didn't immediately associate the two things.
The way I look at it, only, aside from Russell Westbrook, because he was outside the bubble, only 2 people have tested positive for COVID since everybody arrived on the resort in the
Shouldn't
bubble.
happen though.
It did happen, but you
No, I
figure
said
out
it shouldn't. I said it
everything.
shouldn't
First of all,
happen.
you're in Florida. With right now they're going through record, new cases and everything like that. So it at least lets you know, okay, fine, the bubble works. Now, granted, these basketball players are getting tested like every other day or every day, or maybe twice a day.
J.R. Smith said every day.
Power and the money.
J.R. Smith, they get tested every day, and they got their own thermometers and shit and all that for them to test their temperatures and everything.
I've been reading a lot of like the bubble news and what they have exclusive there. Listen, this is just all one big old summer camp. It's like an AAU camp. Like Donovan Mitchell said that he feels like it's like when he went to AAU. They set up everything, conveniently to them. I mean, you got everything. You don't have to really go outside. You have everything at your disposal. Video games, food, You're getting your nutrition in. They turned the
food
ballrooms
sucks,
into courts.
Are they getting their nutrition? I've seen some of their plates.
JR showed a whole bag of fucking candy, Skittles. They're like, yo, why do they want us to eat this?
And where's his Henny?
It's
JR can't play without Henny.
I'm telling you, JR, JR is talking a lot, but we know the deal, JR. They cater to you. We know that. And you're getting Hayes, man. But listen, you just came back from 2 years in the NBA, and the last time you was playing, you dead ass cost LeBron James at least a championship. Because the way LeBron James was playing that game, he made you believe like, wow, they might go to 7. And then the JR happened, and I know LeBron James like
that broke him. That broke him.
They might go to 7 to like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm out of here.
LeBron was broken.
LeBron had no more energy in the next game.
The next game, he did not look the same.
He was guarding off. You saw it in his action, the way his physical, was moving around. Like you saw it. Like he was done. Like that's it. Like you know what? It reminded me of when the last year that Boston swept him, and he was just chilling. He's like, all right, just hurry. Let's hurry this up so I could get out of here. Big ups to J.R. Smith, though.
The food can't be that good if you got Rashawn Holmes stepping out the bubble.
I don't understand. Like, how do you accidentally step out the bubble?
He accidentally. He didn't know. He didn't.
Listen, he ordered.
He's dumbass.
Look, sources say, look, at the end of the day, he ordered food. For some reason, the driver made him walk outside.
You know who I am?
First
of all, I don't have the clout that he does. All right, I never, ever walk outside for any of my food deliveries now. They'd be like, can you come outside? I'd be like, what the fuck did I check on the thing? It said contactless. Get your ass in my building. What the fuck I checked that thing for?
Look, Rickron Holmes, he's a great fantasy league player. H to the test to it. You know what I mean? Like
it's all about it's because the food sucks in there. So these dudes is trying to get it how they can, bro.
Yo,
they're smarter. There's smarter ways to do it.
Yo,
I
know them dudes.
I was like, oh, they got some good food. Like they have everything, dude. They got like arcades. They got everything. Every type of system to play. They got.
But their food is trash.
2-3 game rooms, and then you saw the food, and you're like, oh, they getting nutritious meals. Man, I just saw a whole bunch of carrots and like
sun
like
chips,
some cottage cheese and some like health chips, and I'm like, what? Like, you guys, this is what you guys are giving them, man.
Yo, the way I see it is them dudes like you said, Maze. It's like a summer camp. Them dudes, they this is their chance to get together with everybody and act the fool and entertain each other, So these players they're going crazy and they're trying to entertain each other. So let's do some crazy shit, Let's break the rules. Let's see how far we could tippy toe on the line and all that without getting COVID or getting this shit shut down. I'm telling you this.
And you're right about that.
These guys are all kids at heart, man. They trying to
you're right.
they're trying to entertain each other, man.
And you know something? Thank God for the social media platform that we have today, because if it wasn't for that, like we're getting behind the scenes, constantly every
Which
day.
is why I said JR was the best thing to happen to us right now, because he was one of the ones that gave us an in-depth look at the fucking what goes on in the bubble. Like he was he showed the thermometer that they gave him. He showed this little cool fan that they gave him. That you could put around your neck, and it blows air to you. He was like, yo, I'm taking this home. He showed the thermometer, the joint that you could take your temperature on your finger. He brought in his own his PS4 with his whole computer.
Yeah, a lot of people.
So
he
got a setup. He got a nice setup. Like I saw JR setup. That dude, I didn't think he was tech savvy like that, but he got a dope setup right there.
Yeah, PJ Tucker coming in with all his like 27 pairs of kicks.
Yeah.
Look, I would look if I was an NBA, this PC, that's just coming with me to the fucking bubble.
Of course.
The chair too. You taking the chair too, bro? You taking your whole system.
Hell yeah. You taking everything, bro.
I forgot some players like Steven Adams brought his guitar. Like some players brought their DJ equipment. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you're gonna be, because when you get in, you're mandatory. You mandatory have to be quarantined for a certain amount of days. Like you can't leave your hotel room. So that's only natural for you to bring everything to make yourself as comfortable as you can.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you what. You know who I watch on social media that is like hilarious to me? Tobias and Boban, yo.
No,
like,
don't talk about that. Yo, that shit had me crying because Bleacher Report posted this practice session between Boban and Luka, and then Tobias was like, "I feel like y'all doing this to hurt me right now." And I felt him on that.
No, I felt him when he saw Boban and Luka walking somewhere. He's like, "Look at Boban hanging out with Luka."
Yo, did you see that somebody photoshopped the crying Jordan face inside of Tobias's face to make it look like he was crying?
I think Howard would appreciate when in Maurice Thibault's vlog, Tobias Harris played a Mace's Welcome Back when they were all heading to the bubble.
Oh hell yeah! That was yeah, that was
my guy.
But supposedly Tobias Harris
by
was
the
a troll.
way,
you said he's what?
You got a good one in Turnbull. Definitely got a good one. He's worth it. Yeah, he's just got to get a little years under him, but he's a good versatile player for them. Even if it's coming off the bench, he's a good player right there.
But we need to work on a bench.
Tobias Harris is a troll because Maurice Thibault asked the driver. They only allow 18 people within the bus, and he didn't want to be in the bus that Tobias Harris was
on. You see, these guys got the man. These guys, they don't. They're like us, man.
Let me ask you something, because I have not seen anything coming from the LeBron camp or from the Lakers camp. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like as if they're not even there yet. They're like in some secret location.
Only a handful of them checked in so far.
On the contrary, they're there. Trust me, we're gonna be prepared, bro. Nobody expects us to have missed a beat. So LeBron's gonna make sure that out the gate we look like we haven't missed a beat. That's one thing everybody's counting on. LeBron having these dudes ready.
Are you sure? Because the snitch hotline in the NBA bubble has been going off.
Oh,
yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
what's going on with that, man?
They haven't released anything yet, of course, because of privacy reasons. But apparently, the NBA snitch hotline has been blowing up the moment they opened up the hotline. Apparently, these two players, what's his name, Bruno and Holmes, aren't the only ones who've been violating. So I don't know how this bubble's gonna keep going if people aren't taking this shit seriously.
Look, it's a bit like, not for nothing. I mean, I'm looking at how the whole bubble thing situation is going and how they are essentially, taking the precautions and everything like that. And I like it. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But a little part of me just always thinks and says, wow, these players are getting tested like every day or twice a day. And there's so many people in Florida that should have those tests accessible to them.
They don't have the money.
And it just shows you how it's like, wow, man, it's like the power of the money. It's like, Jesus Christ.
First of all, they're in a place where the nigga in charge said, if Home Depot can be open, we can open up schools.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any fucking sense. But anyway.
I was hearing Waka Flocka talking about he wants to invest in Home Depot and supermarkets because now he saw that that's essential, bro.
You should have already
all my money. Well, now he sees it that that's always gonna be open. Home Depot. You know how many people went to Home Depot during this whole quarantine and epidemic? And supermarkets, supermarkets was like church, bro. We was waiting in line to get in and get all the good stuff, man. Like it's crazy. Like churches supermarkets, man. That was like lifesavers, man. If we didn't have the supermarket during this pandemic, we would all be dead without the virus.
I like also how they also put in like all the journalists and the reporters and everything also in the place in the bubble and everything.
They might be snitching on them. They might be the violators. Like we don't know who's violating. All I know is Lou Williams wasn't happy with the snitching. He posted a rat emoji on Twitter about people snitching about violating the bubble.
There's a whole bunch of NBA players being isolated in the bubble. And a bubble that Taylor Rooks is in. Shout out to Taylor Rooks, my God.
Yo, Taylor Rooks about to be pregnant.
I'm like looking over, I'm like, man, Jesse Williams, you better watch out, bro. Watch out, man. Because the way I look at it, I look at the bubble like when I was living in college in the dorms. You know, like at, that 11 o'clock knock saying you want to watch a movie.
Yo, Jesse Williams better find his way to the bubble, man. That's like spring break Miami right there.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, dang.
Yo, ain't too many options, and Taylor Rooks, she a good option.
Yeah, she a great option.
Sure.
That's a coveted right there. That's what? Man, I'm just happy that NBA's back though. Hey guys, what you think about you saw how the NBA approved the list of I don't really like this, but we gotta get into this. So the NBA approved the list of specific names that people could put on their jerseys that's supposed to be promoting social injustice and social change. Personally, I don't like the fact that they had to approve some of these things.
They have to.
I don't mind that because some people can try and go way too far with it. Like I don't think that they had any real restrictions. I don't think they had any like real restrictions on anything. So as long as they didn't restrict anything like
that. No, but that's the thing. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like I would totally understand if like, listen, you made something that's a little provocative or a little outside and they deny it. But what they ended up doing, they didn't give that chance. What they said is like, look, we're just only going to give, these are the approved list of names that you can put in the back if you want to promote, social injustice and police reform and things like that. Like Black Lives Matter, that's one. Kyle Korver is going to be wearing that. Anti-racist is another one. Like a change. It's a lot. It's a lot of them. It's a couple of them, but it's only a handful. Say her name.
What does LeBron say?
They even got a Spanish one. Si se
puede.
LeBron says,
see us, hear us.
LeBron says
us.
James.
Imagine
somebody's watching the Cheetah Sisters before they came up.
Imagine Deshaun Jackson was in the NBA. I wonder what the
what does LeBron say? I'm curious.
He should say Goya.
No, I don't want to talk about that. After last night, I was on Twitter and I saw that something was trending, and it just made me pissed off. Why the hell is Black Beans Matters fucking trending on Twitter? That shit was dumb.
Because white people rather support. Well, let me qualify this. Racist white people rather support black beings than black bodies.
I was so mad when I saw that was fucking trending, and you have Ivanka Trump freaking with the fucking Goya fucking can.
Listen, I'm not even more upset about Goya because I realized that I'm like totally team Badia with the spices and everything like that. I was like, oh wow, I got my whole kitchen already set up with that stuff. But then somebody put over and I'm like, Dad, why you had to do that to me? Like they just put they just put the company, like there's apparently a website where the company, they say like, all right, this company gives to the Democrats or to the Republicans. Badia has been giving all money to the Republicans. I'm like, oh man, like listen, I'm good as long as Badia doesn't say some crazy shit. Like look, I'm cool.
I heard some people talk negative about LeBron, talking about why he didn't put a message on his back of his jersey. He's supposed to be the leader of the NBA.
We already
Greek
knew what LeBron was.
And why Greek is putting a message on the back of his jersey.
Yo, Greek's not even American.
He's not even American. He's not even from here.
I'm glad LeBron chose to put his name James on. I'm glad LeBron James put James on the back of his jersey.
Look, we can't take you seriously. You are glad with anything LeBron does.
Yeah, because you gotta think. Represent who you are by putting the name that your last name.
I agree with Harold.
This is yes.
What's your last name?
I agree with Harold.
There's no right answer.
No one asked you, Mike.
There's no right answer. There's no right answer. There's no right answer.
Hold on.
No,
come on, man. No right answer.
Wait, can I hear Harold talk? Let me hear
There's no right answer.
Nah,
you can't go wrong with your last name
after you attacked Michael Jordan for not speaking
LeBron has never spoke up. LeBron never spoke up. So LeBron has to speak up every time. LeBron has to speak up every time.
Wait, wasn't
LeBron has to speak up every time now.
Hold up.
LeBron has to be Mr. Save the World. Come
Mike,
on,
hold on, Mike.
Here,
Come
here.
on,
Mike,
man.
Can you refresh my memory? Wasn't it LeBron that said, "Yeah, we could play basketball and speak at the same time"?
Yeah. And he spoke by putting his last name on the back of his jersey. Mike, take it away. Mike, take it away.
He spoke by saying nothing.
Mike, take it away.
LeBron has already told us who he is. We've seen him with the whole China situation. When China was on the wrong side of the conversation, he said, "You know what? Nah,
he said enough.
Wrong."
He said enough.
He said, "I gotta protect my money." And now he's looking at the dollar.
White people buy my jerseys too.
He said
exactly.
Exactly. Never said it though. Never said it. He never said it.
He might as well have said it. He might as well have said it.
He didn't say it. He didn't say it.
Yo,
exactly.
He said enough. He said enough by putting the leaving his name.
Blasphemous.
All jokes aside, it really, like, I looked into it. The reason why he really didn't choose, like, he didn't choose to like put any name. It was honestly, it was just because he saw that, NBA was going through a process of approving certain social reform names out on jerseys, and he was left out of that conversation. So he just looked at it as like, you know what? Everybody else is promoting, certain things. Like the way that we're restricted in putting in individuals' names, I'm just gonna stick with James. It is what it is.
There's no right or wrong answer.
So out of
that's not gonna change anything. A little message on the back of your jersey is not gonna change anything.
Look, Harold, you might be right, but let's be honest. No matter what LeBron did, you was gonna agree with.
Yes, because there's no right answer. There's no right or wrong answer.
It wasn't LeBron that was wearing the "I Can't Breathe" shirts.
If LeBron would have put Black Lives Matter on the back of his jersey, it would have meant a lot and it would have been prominent. But also him leaving his name on it also means a lot and is prominent because he's just representing himself right now. You feel me? Like he said, "Let me keep my name because y'all left me out of that conversation. Y'all left me out of the whole process of having what you can approve and what you can't approve." Look, China's upset at the NBA also because y'all not putting y'all not acknowledging what's going on over there. Y'all not letting them put anything about any awareness about what's going on in China on the back of their jersey. So China's fed up with them too. So I mean, like I said, LeBron, there's no right or wrong answer. LeBron chose to leave his name out because of what the NBA did.
There is a wrong answer when you are LeBron. When LeBron has put on the image of social engineer, when he's the person that's always talking and he's always speaking, and right now there is an opportunity, there is a need for him as the leader to speak. And what has he delivered? Nothing. All right, this is like a finals game where he has disappeared.
Right now, this is all bigger. This is all bigger than
He's
LeBron
left
James.
the building, and you know who stepped up. Who stepped up?
I think we all could agree at the fact that we at least thought that he was going to put the king on his jersey.
I didn't think he was going to do something like that
with the nicknames. They did that.
I
with
thought
the
he was going
nicknames.
to put Black Lives Matter something. Come on, Marlon. I can't breathe.
So Carl, since he didn't put none of that, that's it. LeBron, since he didn't put any of that,
I already know what he's about. I know what he's about.
You erase everything else he did.
Yeah, it does. Because it puts it to question.
Okay, cool.
Puts it to question.
So I guess Michael Jordan is all for self. He never cared about nobody.
But Michael Jordan told everybody from the beginning what he was about. Right?
Yeah. So because he's not about it, so because he's not about it, you give him a pass. So because he's not about it, he says he's not about it, you give him a pass.
I'm not giving him a pass. He is what he is, and he is who he is, and he's being true to himself.
It took us 30 years.
LeBron out here, he deceiving people.
Yo, it took us.
I thought LeBron was a social engineer.
It took us 30 years.
Michael Jordan gave $100 million to Black Lives Matter. Please, leave it alone.
It took us 40 years after. It took us 40 years after he retired, 30 years after he retired, for us to finally hear what Jordan had, something real that
And what did
Jordan
Michael
can take
Jordan
to
do?
us.
And what did he do?
In the last dance, and he gave us something real.
He dropped
And he
100
finally
million
answered a whole
calls.
bunch of questions.
Stop it right there.
Yeah, because
I don't care all that stuff. Look,
Michael
I don't
Jordan
know about
never
you guys.
cared.
I don't know about
Michael
you
Jordan
guys, but
never
I
cared.
do the math.
I'm gonna
He's
say
always been a
And the
quiet.
math
if you're gonna assume about LeBron,
towards a
I'm gonna
cause?
assume about Michael Jordan.
Bro,
Michael Jordan never
I'm
cared
not
because he
making an
never
assumption
showed me he
about
cared.
LeBron. I'm
Michael
not
Jordan
making an
never
assumption
spoke
about LeBron.
about any injustices that happened throughout his whole
Exactly.
NBA career.
That's
Yeah, he
who
did.
is.
He spoke about the injustices of. He spoke about
and
the
everybody
injustices
loved
of
him.
crumbs.
Everybody loved him.
The injustices of.
So let everybody love LeBron
Yeah,
now that he decides not to
loved
put
him.
nothing on the back of his jersey.
Everybody
Keep it as
loved
LeBron. Keep it as James in the back of your jersey, bro.
Everybody loved
You did the right thing,
Jordan
LeBron.
as a basketball player.
If LeBron hears
out
this
here
podcast,
of
is
labeling
telling
him a
me-
gambling addict.
if
You know what I'm
LeBron
saying?
listens to this podcast, you did the
Yo.
right thing, Brian. Keep doing your thing, bro.
Nah,
Carl loves you.
until he changes it up. Yo, when LeBron changes it up, Hal's gonna be like, yeah, he did the right thing too. After
There's
he
no
changes
right or
it up.
wrong answer. I told
Right.
you, there's no right
Exactly.
or wrong answer.
Nah, it's always right with LeBron. LeBron can do no wrong.
Bro,
He could do no wrong, bro.
Speaking of basketball players happen to hear this podcast, I got a message for Dame Lillard.
Oh man, here we go.
I appreciate the fact that you came to the camp and you ready to try to play. You try to make this push. You know that earlier you made some comments saying that you wasn't with it, but now you're in the fold, you're in the union, and I'm just waiting to see Dame time personally.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of left the Dame wagon.
Dame
kind of disappointed me a little bit, but you know
He
what?
did. But at the same time, actions speak louder than words. He's there
This
now.
is true.
I respect
This
Dame.
is
There
true.
now.
I respect Dame. He stays true to who he is, and he doesn't do no shenanigans. Like, he never gets out of his character. He's a serious dude.
Yeah, I
He's
can't be
about
mad at him.
winning. Yeah, I can never be mad at him because
That's the same thing with Michael Jordan. He always stays in his character. He doesn't do
Yeah,
no
at the time.
shenanigans.
At the time, if you
Yo,
were a
he
fan,
said.
Carl, do not try and lawyer
I wasn't
us.
a fan.
Do not
I wasn't
lawyer
a fan of
us.
MJ. I
All
wasn't a fan of
business,
MJ.
straight basketball.
I wasn't a fan of MJ.
Mike, can you tell Carl not to lawyer us?
Wait, how you not a fan of MJ,
Never.
but you a fan of LeBron?
He lawyering us. He lawyering us.
You're a fan of MJ and a fan of the Knicks.
I object. I
Are you a
object.
fan of MJ and a
Bro,
fan of the
I'm a-
Knicks?
I'm a MJ
Mike, I
fan.
object. Circumstantial.
How? So how you
How?
become a fan of the team he destroyed?
Bro, I couldn't be a fan of nobody.
That he made a fool out of.
Michael Jordan was doing that to every team.
Nickel. He said,
Mike, I object. Circumstantial. Mike,
Carl said, let me
knock
pick
the
this
gavel
team.
down.
Michael
Yeah.
Jordan buried them, so let me pick
Bro,
them.
MJ was buried in every team. There was
He
a
dropped
team to
he
pick.
dropped
There
double
was
he
a
dropped
team
double
to
nickel.
pick.
He dropped double nickel. Houston.
Bro,
You could have picked
he was
Houston.
No, Michael Jordan is a coach. That's what he does. He destroys teams. Now LeBron lets some other teams live during his legacy, so you have the options of picking
This
up
is
the
a more
But
this is a
when
more
we're talking
competitive
about
era than
Michael,
this
he
is the
destroys
most
everybody.
competitive era
Stop
ever.
it.
This is the
Stop
most
it.
competitive era
Stop
ever.
it.
You
Get
get
out
more
of
great
here.
players out
Get
of this
out of
era
here.
than
Stop
any
it.
other
Get out
era.
of here.
You
Stop
get
it.
more
Get
great
out
players
of
in
here.
this
Stop it.
era.
Get out of here.
This is the
Stop it.
only era that a
Because
nigga was
you're not-
It's only
unanimous.
because how low value
That a
the league
nigga,
is.
that a player was unanimous.
You can't play defense
Bro,
on these players.
Russell Westbrook
a
averaged-
lot of
Russell
these
Westbrook
players right
averaged
now, they
triple
were in the
double
back in
twice.
the old day. Their stats.
Bro,
Russell
he
Westbrook
averaged
averages
at all,
triple
man.
double twice.
Yeah,
Bro,
because he
James
was
Harden,
stat padded. He was stat padded.
multiple scoring titles. KD, multiple scoring titles.
Because they can't.
LeBron,
they can't play
multiple
defense.
MVPs.
They can't play
Bro,
defense.
they doing
on
the
him.
Jordan
LeBron is not
and
the
more.
only person who can't.
Nah, man.
LeBron is not the
Come
only
on,
person
man.
who's had multiple MVPs. Get out of here.
Steph Curry had multiple MVPs. KD,
Yeah,
got
on
multiple
LeBron's
MVPs.
watch, all these
Kawhi
players
never
are
got an MVP,
shining
though.
because of LeBron.
Well,
back
hey,
then, when
those
Jordan was
are
the
all.
GOAT,
Yeah, but
Listen,
back then,
listen,
you
listen.
didn't have a lot of
Science
wings.
is-
You didn't have a lot of goat
You're
wings.
going against science. You're going
Listen,
against science and
listen, yeah,
analytics.
no,
Science and analytics
you're go-
already. Look,
I'm going
science
with
and analytics
evolution,
has already
bro.
proven that the
They evolved
NBA
into
in the
better
90s
players.
was more competitive. The players in the 90s were of higher caliber and were
they were more skilled.
And
they were more
skilled than the players now. It's a scientific proof. Like it literally is an analytical proof.
They had better IQ
back then.
They had better IQ and they had tougher rules and everything because they had to play tougher. But now they got more skills. Now they got more skills and more athleticism. So now it's tougher to get an edge on your team. Now it's tougher, bro.
It's not tougher, bro.
I'm not gonna argue with
I'm not gonna argue with 3 Jordan fans.
Not at all. But like I said, but I understand.
I didn't even say anything. I didn't even say anything. What the fuck I get into this?
Come on, man. Isn't Simon in here somewhere?
When Ace started watching the NBA, listen, when Ace started watching the NBA, he looked at it and he saw that Jordan was on top. And H is not a front runner by all means. He's not gonna pick the most the favorite team out there, or he wasn't gonna go with that whole you have to go with your hometown favorite. In the Knicks or anything like that.
So Miggs, so he wasn't gonna pick the easy team, right?
No, he actually picked an up and coming team, which was the Orlando Magic.
So he wasn't gonna pick the easy way to a championship, kind of like somebody else we know.
Oh my God.
Oh. What are you talking about?
Oh, here we go. Why? Why, Miggs? Why?
Yo, if you guys could see Miggs when he asked that question, he sipped his tea.
Like, what are you talking about? Because last time I remember in '89, the Bulls wasn't, they were up and coming, but they wasn't champions by no means. By no means. That's what I'm saying, baby. Look, don't get mad. That I did a good scouting when I started watching. When I came of age and I started watching, and said who the teams are gonna pick.
Miggs,
the teams that was outside.
Yo, Miggs, that shade wasn't for you, man. That shade was at LeBron. It was at LeBron. I was coming at LeBron, not you.
But all I did was duck,
baby. He said all I did was duck.
Listen, I've been a Bulls fan. Look, I've been a Bulls fan for about 30 years, and I still got people calling me like, "Oh, let's join the bandwagon." I'm like, "What bandwagon? It's been 30 years." There's no bandwagon anymore.
Miggs is feeling guilty. My bad, Miggs. I was coming after LeBron. It wasn't.
Miggs caught a stray that was meant for Harold.
Oh man,
crossfire indeed.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah. Piggybacking off of Carl. Well, real quick, first of all, just to get to that athleticism and skill. I mean, we obviously the players are going to be more athletic now because of the advancement of technology and
of course
medical medicine and things like that. But anyways, yeah, free Woj, as most people might
free
know.
The homie.
ESPN suspended the NBA insider, one of the lead NBA insiders, the man that knows what team is going to draft the player before the player even is old enough to even play high school basketball.
All he did was speak the truth to these to these devils.
Hey, I'm not trying to lose no sponsorships. I'm not trying to get Nick Cannon. People know Adrian Wojnarowski. Yes,
guys, this podcast does not support Lamont's last statement.
Yes, not support Lamont's last statement. Okay.
We have an open view on various topics, and we respect everybody's views in this podcast.
Exactly.
They listen to podcasts too.
That being said, though,
free Woj.
We stand by Woj. We stand by Woj's email response.
Yes.
Alleged response. I don't care. I don't care if he said he did it. I don't care if he said he did it. Alleged.
Look, the only reason. Look, I'm gonna just put 2 things on this.
Hold on. Wait. Before you do, let me just let them know what happened. So, Woj, ESPN's lead insider, one of the most influential sports journalists in the
Brian
country,
Wojnarowski,
has been suspended according to the news reports because of the decision that came after he cursed Missouri Senator Josh Haley.
He told that man "F you."
So as he pretty much Josh Haley put out a.
Sometimes you need to hear that in life.
You said what?
Sometimes you need to get told that in life. He was doing him a favor. He was doing him a favor.
Feed him a speech.
Yeah.
Feed him a speech.
So Josh Haley, senator in Missouri, made a statement in regards to the
snitched on him, yo. He took a photo.
He did the screenshot real quick.
Why don't you have statements in regards to Blue Lives Matter, in regards to China's movement, and other things like that? And pretty much, it's gaslighting at its finest.
Listen, man.
Woj spoke up for the people.
Let me start this one off, man. Woj, I like you. I feel what you said, and I like your reply. but you just had a taste of your own medicine. That dude dropped the Woj bomb on Twitter himself by posting that reply that you gave him. Yeah, that F bomb. So now you get suspended for a week. You can't go to the bubble, but you should be good, man. You're the best at what you do. Once you come back, you'll be all right. You ain't gonna miss nothing.
Woj thought that he was responding to somebody on Twitter. That's my excuse.
Oh, when he wrote the
no, I think Woj knew exactly he was.
No, he knew what he was doing.
Who he was responding to, man.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Man, Woj likes to spoil a lot of secrets, a lot of surprises. You know, so this guy just said, "All right, cool. I'm gonna give y'all a surprise. Look at what this dude said. F-bomb, boom, 1 week."
Look, I'll be honest with you. It shows how much Woj, the power that Woj wields in ESPN, because anybody else would have gotten fired. Just because of the fact that you got to understand that ESPN, you know, is owned by Disney, and Disney pretty much runs the world almost. You know, so you can't, you definitely cannot say "F you" to a senator, any senator, regardless of what the senator said.
I like it.
It's so, but Woj could, you know, and he just got suspended for it. But my man will be back, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if he leaves, you know,
not necessarily
going straight to Fox
Sports.
He said,
he said he already had his
ESPN can't afford that.
He said he already had his bags, his luggage and stuff shipped to the bubble, and now he has to wait a week to go to
get it back. Yeah. Look, I feel like Woj, like, he made a huge mistake. Like, you know, like, I don't know if he thought that through, because at the end of the day, I do support him. I do support him, but you got to understand, like, it's the workplace and the politics behind the workplace. But yeah.
I agree with what he said, but he shouldn't have said it because especially with his ESPN email. He did it on his work email.
Exactly. And
he shouldn't
have typed it. He should have typed it too.
He
really didn't want to go to the bubble. Like,
he really tried to be Craig and get fired on his day off.
Yo, let's be cynical about it. He didn't want to go to the bubble.
He didn't want to go to the bubble. He didn't want to go to the bubble.
He didn't want to go to the bubble.
That's a conspiracy.
That's a conspiracy. He didn't want to go to the bubble. He's like, why?
Nah, you know what? I think Woj understood everything with the fact that, you know, now his type of sources and news is going to be much more appreciated in the bubble. He just had a heat check. He said, let me see what I could get away with.
Yo, but
fuck yourself, Joe Senator. You know what I mean? Like, let's see what happens right there. He just waited like,
yo, Woj,
shit, I should have said that.
All right, so now I know my limits.
Woj is nice. Woj is nice at what he does. Yeah, but I remember he hasn't been the only one that dropped Woj bombs like that. Like, I remember
but they called
David Aldridge used to be a reporter.
Yeah, but you see how you called it a Woj bomb. You called it a Woj bomb. That just shows that.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, he gave it a name to it.
Like, a guy names a term when you drop
they gave it a name.
Bomb, you know? Like,
yeah, they gave it a name. They gave it a name to it, but he wasn't the first one dropping those bombs. I remember Chris Broussard breaking mass stories at one point. David Aldridge, Stephen A. Smith. Come on, man.
He marketed it.
Oh yeah, but
I give him that. I give him that.
iPhone wasn't the first person to come out with iPads and iPhones. Apple.
And also, he got social media too. Before those guys, they didn't have social media like it is now. You know, as quick and as easy and accessible to everybody. You know, so he's the product of social media too. He gets to get his stuff out there quick too.
Me personally, I like how in Game of Thrones they pictured Woj perfectly. He was the guy that just was the eunuch that just had all his, you know, little
low ravens, his ravens,
you know, giving them information and shit like that. Like this that do everything.
Yeah. I remember when
he tweeted himself.
Yo, I remember when I was younger. I used to love to hear what David Aldridge had to say, because he always had some inside scoop, like a Woj bomb back in the day, and also Stephen A. Smith and Chris Broussard too, and also this guy Brian Windhurst was one of those guys breaking news. You know,
it's always
dropping bombs and stuff.
Yeah, you're always gonna have somebody like that, but as of right now, it's Woj.
Stuart Scott too.
Woj is the one who has the most.
I think Amar Rashad resembled the closest to Woj
Marvin
Nah,
Shaw.
man, he was
knew
MJ.
everything and anybody.
He was in
chilling with
MJ
everyone.
pocket. He was in MJ's pocket, bro. Get out of here.
But everybody wanted to
He,
know
be,
what
he,
what
he
was
became in
about.
MJ's pocket.
He was in MJ pocket, man.
Not always.
Inside stuff was the only time he chilled with other people.
Yeah, but MJ was sports at that time.
NBA
Nobody else
inside
wanted to hear
stuff.
bombs about everybody else. They wanted to hear bombs about MJ during that time.
H, what if you had your own show and you had exclusive access to LeBron James? H right now, just pause right now. He just dropped on his, he just dropped on the floor just thinking about that. Like, wow.
No other news would matter.
All right, I think. Read a homie.
Yeah, well, you'll be back.
Is he still getting paid?
Man, you know.
No, he got suspended without pay. But there was a trickle effect with what happened with
You don't
Woj.
need the money.
He doesn't.
You good.
Yeah, exactly. Like, whenever these guys say, "Oh, they're suspended without pay," I'm like, "Oh, that's real trivial." You know, you're a millionaire.
And it was only a week, man.
Exactly. Like, how much is he really losing in a week? You know what I mean? Like, come on.
But,
And pennies on the dollar.
yeah.
But
like
still,
I said,
it's still money lost.
And he still got a pot. He still got his own podcast, you know.
No, yeah, he's not. We know he's not hurting for money. Like, the thing is, if he's still going to be with ESPN, which I think he is, because I don't think ESPN has somebody to replace him just yet, and don't think they want. They don't want him to go to. They don't want him to go to Fox because I don't care what happened. Fox would take Woj if he gets let go.
Of course.
FS1.
Yeah, FS1 would definitely take him.
They'll take him. Of course, they'll take him.
Yo, they take everybody from ESPN and brush them up and turn them into stars, bro.
Think about it. Right now, FS1, all they have is players that, they have they have people that report on stuff that's already reported. You put a Woj in there where he's going to be the guy reporting stuff, out there.
They took two very opinionated guys, FS1. They took Skip Bayless and this dude, Colin Cowherd, man. One of the greatest podcasts. That man you could listen to that man for 3 hours by himself on the mic. Bro. Colin
for certain things. Like, when Colin starts talking about certain players, I stop listening because he's one of those people who doesn't know how to take his bias away for certain players. And I understand. Yes. No, that's the said. Like I said, I understand that. Like I said, I still like him, but once he starts talking about players like Westbrook. Who else? Greek. Sometimes LeBron. Even it's like I can't listen to you because it's like I know that you're not coming with actual facts right now because you don't like that.
I'm sorry. Certain podcasters that don't know how to take away their own bias. I was just like, there's nothing wrong with that. You remind me of certain individuals that I know.
He doesn't like dynamic guards. Like
some of them are right here.
He doesn't like dynamic guards like Russell Westbrook and Derrick Rose and those dynamic guards that aren't really true point guards. You feel me? That's one of his biases.
His hate was so much I'm a Sixers fan. I love Ben Simmons.
He hated Melo.
No, but I love Ben Simmons. I understand Ben Simmons' flaws and things like that because I'm a Sixers fan. But I forget. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. He was listing his top players, and it was 3 years ago because when Ben was still a rookie, he put Ben over Westbrook, and Ben didn't even play 3 games yet. And I was like, yo,
that sounds like, man, I bet you had a great explanation for doing that.
He did until somebody checked him on it. Then he was like,
yeah. He usually has somebody come to the couch, and then they get a chance to go against what he said. He doesn't really argue.
No, but that's another reason why I like him over somebody like Whitlock, because
now Whitlock is good for the game. He's great for the game.
Shout out to Malcolm Brogdon, the rookie.
He might be, but the thing is, Whitlock doesn't believe in what he says. He just says it just to get people riled up. I don't like that. I prefer you to believe that. If you want somebody like that, you can hire somebody who has that opinion. Don't change it up just because of who pays your check.
You gotta be able to play both sides. You gotta be able to change hats. You got to be able to play catch 22, devil's advocate, because that's how you.
Yeah, but you're doing this to find out what their take is and see if it,
for the show.
But it's not. But it's not his take. Like the thing, like I said with Colin. At least I know that's his take, whether I agree with it or not. With Jason, it's like whoever's paying his check, that's what he's gonna do. I don't trust anybody who's easily bought, and that's what Jason Whitlock is. You pay, you give him some money, he'll do whatever you say.
I don't think that's too bad, because if anything, what that does is steer the conversation. There's a lot of times, like, you know,
that's what I'm about.
There's a way you can play devil's advocate, and I don't like the way he does. Like we can go to like players like Kobe. He trashed Kobe early part in his career. Then once like Kobe retired, all of a sudden Kobe became so great to him. No, and then you can't do that. You can't do that.
I'm not gonna say how people when somebody passes away, you know.
No, this is before Kobe passed away.
Retirement.
This is like after retirement.
I don't know. I know people have had beef with Whitlock and all that.
Because he's fake.
I think somebody called them a house. Like, no, so
Charlemagne.
Yeah,
because he is. Like I said, he's easily to be.
Charlemagne calling Whitlock a house Negro.
I don't think Charlemagne's a house Negro.
Charlemagne's a troll, though.
Yeah, he's a troll, but he's not a house Negro. He's definitely a troll.
Very adamant.
Anyway, that's enough light for these guys on our podcast. They got their own shit. They never shout us out.
But back to the Woj thing.
Trying to take over.
Back to the Woj thing. It had a trickle-down effect to Doc Rivers, because he told reporters afterwards that, well, he went straight to the senator talking about you want us to acknowledge all that stuff, but you've yet to acknowledge Black Lives Matter and their movement at all.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you see, and since he didn't drop an F-bomb,
good shit, Doc.
He was good to go.
Because Doc is black, he can't afford to drop F-bombs in a professional setting.
Doc knows what he can and can't say. He gets a lot of technicals. He gets a lot of technicals, so he knows.
Yeah, Doc was about to get blackballed easily. Yo, they was gonna give him the mellow treatment.
Word to Mark Jackson.
You say,
Mark Jackson, yeah.
That still makes me sad. What happened to Mark Jackson?
It's what it is. It's a tough business.
Oh, big news! And I know a lot of you guys were anticipating this. I know a lot of guys are excited about hearing this news. But my man Andre Roberson is finally.
Yo, you know what's funny? I wanted to actually say that. Like, I literally saw that, and I'm like, yo, Andre is finally back. I mean, this guy hasn't been around for 4 years.
Did he get a jumper?
Who knows, man? You know, he might just turn Super Saiyan 2. We just haven't seen him that much, man.
He been chilling with Rachel Demita, having a lot of fun with her, so he ain't been doing nothing.
What was his injury?
I ain't mad at him.
The Spurs might have to take him to the locker rooms and talk to him about how he was taking this elongated period of time to recover. Because I don't know. He's been chilling with Rachel Demita. I think I said her last name right. And I ain't mad at him.
Yo, you know who else is trying to come back too?
Who?
Mario Chalmers.
He's still alive?
He wants to come back and play point guard for the Lakers because Rondo's over here wanting to be a boxer. You know the crazy thing is, so I know someone that
Rondo could be a good boxer.
That was training Rondo, and I want to at that dude like, thank you for getting Rondo hurt, for making him feel like he was Floyd.
Wow. So you don't like
this is coming from a Laker fan. Wow.
Yo, Mike, you don't believe in players?
No, it's a sarcastic thank you.
I'm being sarcastic.
I know. I'm like,
wow. Got you. That went over my head. I was about to be like, yo, playoff Rondo is a whole different beast.
That's why he's mad. But low key, I think Rondo could be a good ass boxer. Low key.
Rondo's boxing solo is the same way as seeing Carmelo Anthony playing against some scrubs in the pickup bar. It looks nice, it looks cute. Wow, man, he's gonna ball out this.
No, I'm not talking about skill. I haven't seen him box. I'm saying just like for the way his body is, he would be a great boxer. He has has ridiculous reach. His hands are huge. Like I feel like he would.
I could see him a nice little featherweight. Like a good featherweight. Challenger and everything. He's got the height. He's got the reach.
Rajon Rondo.
Remember that fake thing he used to do when he used to put the ball out and then bring it back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a video of him boxing and all that training and everything. He's actually pretty nice and he's good at I've heard he's good at chess. Like he's really one of those dudes.
That doesn't surprise me. Rondo's a smart
dude.
Nice.
He's nice at
he's
chess.
a very smart dude.
So him fighting, it doesn't surprise me because in fights you got to be strategic and all that, have strategies and all that. So, but that's the way he broke his arm by when he was training boxing and all that.
He fractured his hand, and the only thing
I thought he fractured his hand during practice in the bubble.
I'm assuming, and nothing I'm saying.
No, he did. It was during practice.
I'm
it was during practice.
I'm hearing y'all talking about the boxing and all that.
I feel like he's hurt his hand before. This not the first time.
Yeah, it's not the first time. He broke his fucking elbow.
Yeah, it's probably a re-aggravated injury.
Yeah,
it's called aging, guys. And that's the problem.
Rajon Rondo's a swiper.
I'm just glad that he's on the Lakers roster, and it just makes it harder for LeBron James to win a championship.
Damn.
So let me ask you a question. That's the question of the day. Does losing Rondo affect our Lakers' chances of winning the chip?
Yes, it does.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say
it does by a lot.
At first,
I wouldn't say a lot, but
when Avery Bradley decides to
when you think about Avery Bradley as well,
but not going, because trust me, I make no mistake, Avery Bradley will never. I doubt that Avery Bradley will be playing in an NBA team ever again, or at least a championship contending team. That's not going to happen anymore. So when he decided to blacklist himself, maybe, and I'm sorry for using that term, with everything that's been going on. But
Woke Miggs is in the house, ladies and gentlemen.
Miggs is conscious out here.
The natural thing that you said was like, all right, you're picking JR from the thing, but Rondo, you was always not really caring too much because Rondo is a point guard. He's a veteran. He's a champion. He would have been able to, get that, be able to, the 17 to 20 minutes
cerebral
would have been good. But now you just lost him too. I mean, you almost gotta go with Mario Chalmers at this point, or anybody, any point guard, and that's kind of, or you gotta just
don't forget
Caruso 3.0.
Yo, Miggs, also don't forget that Rondo was killing with Anthony Davis on the Pelicans. So they already have that good chemistry. That's when we was calling them playoff Rondo. And he also has that mind. So I feel like, losing Rondo, they're losing a lot. It's not just like a minor thing because there is no legitimate backup point guard. And now, who are you pairing the Lakers up with? You're pairing them up with the LA Clippers. And it seems like the LA Clippers still pretty much have their whole team, where every other day the Lakers are losing pieces.
So I mean, as long as it ain't LeBron, AD, or Kuzma, we're good. Next man up. It's a big loss. It's two big losses.
I thought your third best player was Danny Green.
But we're gonna. But you know what I'm glad about though?
That's what Harold said. Harold said the third best player on the Lakers is Danny Green.
You said
know
Danny?
Wow, just because he won a championship in Toronto and the Spurs, huh?
That's what he said.
Doing Kuzma dirty.
Danny, you said Danny's tree?
Know what I'm glad about?
Wow.
You know what I'm glad about?
I need to get a Laker fan. I need to get another Laker fan's perspective on that.
Mike, is Danny 3? Is Danny number 3 on that team?
Danny's your 3?
You know what I'm glad about?
That's a good question. Who's our third best player on that team?
It's Kuzma.
It's not. It's not Kuzma. Kuzma's
okay. So Danny over Kuzma.
Wow.
Kuzma is not our third best option on.
Who is it? Is Danny Green? Is Danny Green? Who is it?
I don't know.
I still think it's Kuzma. I think that they're just using them the wrong way. I think that the scheme that they have is not right.
It's Kuzma. I think it's the guy that kind of pushed LeBron James to go play defense. I think it's the guy that athletically.
That's Kuzma.
He could go off. I think he's the guy that I think he's the guy that you guys
Kuzma
decided to keep instead of buying him.
Can I say
what
2
I mean?
cents?
What's your 2 cents, Harold?
Kobe took Kuzma out for steak. Let's not forget.
Oh, they had Kobe? All right, it was a horrible joke.
It was a horrible joke. No. We lost Rondo. Big loss. We lost Avery Bradley.
Listen, the Lakers as a whole have a tough year this year.
But you know what I'm glad about? This dude, Dwight Howard, saying he's coming back.
I told you he was going to. I told you that he was going to.
Well,
who's passing to Dwight Howard?
Well,
Just LeBron?
he committed, and we really need him, and he means more to us than Rondo and Avery Bradley.
Nah,
because he's a force.
What are you talking about?
Rondo meant more than
Dwight Howard
and Dwight.
Yeah, bro. You guys are good in the front court. What are you talking about?
Dwight Howard
LeBron has to play like 48 minutes now. LeBron has to play all 48 minutes.
It's a big loss. It's a big loss. But if we would have lost Dwight Howard,
that was still good.
Dang.
Nah.
Y'all got enough big men.
Dwight Howard's just go with that team.
We can't just
wait. What you said, Mike?
Dwight Howard's an important piece of that team. If we lost Dwight Howard,
these guys are crazy.
Yeah,
dude,
these guys are crazy.
His name is JaVale McGee.
These guys are crazy.
JaVale McGee. And the guy is a good backup to Anthony Davis. What are you talking about?
These guys are crazy.
JaVale McGee.
Rondo can set up an offense.
These guys are crazy.
For that Lakers team.
Rondo.
You guys saying that Dwight Howard is not over Rondo? Come on, man. Rondo.
Come on, bro. Who's setting up your offense?
Come on, man. That's going to be LeBron most of the time.
LeBron can't do it all game.
Dwight Howard is a force. Dwight Howard has been a force. Dwight Howard has been a force. These guys is crazy. They're not even looking at the game.
You're not. First of all, you're not just putting Dwight in the paint and then giving him the ball and having him make his own offense anymore. He couldn't really even do that when he was in his prime. His post game is
like Rondo was an intricate part to most of our wins during the season.
Bro, you forget who playoff Rondo is.
Bro, he wasn't even playing that many minutes to be an impact on the
court.
They troll. This is a troll.
Yeah, I mean, why you think I've been quiet most of the time, baby?
Bro, man.
Smoke more weed than me this time.
Nah, man.
Carl did something.
That was horrible timing, Migs.
Carl is smelling the gasoline in his car or something.
Yeah. Yo, y'all just forgetting who playoff Rondo is, bro. Like,
he's a beast. Rondo's a
beast.
He
changes during the playoffs.
But Dwight Howard,
he's not here for regular season. Yo, Dwight Howard is a regular season player.
That's what he is. When Dwight Howard,
the Lakers messed up when they gave up on Lonzo Ball. So
when Dwight Howard,
but they had to give up.
When Dwight Howard said that he might not come back because of the coronavirus and all that long,
I told you he wasn't going to do that,
bro. That I was staying shut because he would have been the biggest blow. Well, out of those names, out of Rondo, Avery Bradley, and Dwight Howard, Dwight Howard would have been the biggest blow.
Listen, Dwight Howard was never gonna. You know why he was never gonna do that? Because, this is where I'll give LeBron James props. LeBron James, had it been Kobe, you saw what happened with Kobe, right? And then you saw what happened with Dwight Howard when he had to deal with the other players too. Like I'm telling you right now, like Dwight Howard, if it was anybody else, he would have kind of been shunned. He's like a kid, like when you scold at a kid, that kid don't want to, you scolded at him, so he kind of just feels unsafe around you now and everything because he looks at you like on some dictatorship. That's how Dwight Howard looked at Kobe. But LeBron James is not like that. LeBron James is one of those guys that he just comes in and says, he comes at you nice and he's like, yo, listen, man, we really need you and everything that you're part of the
I got
family,
you, man.
And then he subduely just kind of tells him like, yo, listen, you will never fucking play in another fucking team again the rest of your fucking life, but in a nice way. And then he convinced Dwight Howard to be like on some, you know what? No, I gotta come and try to get this championship. And it's true. Listen, anybody right now, and this is what's so great about it, and a lot of players and coaches have been saying about it. This is a one-of-a-kind thing. It's a tournament. This is literally a fucking tournament. It's like this is the closest that we're ever gonna see like the NBA to be on some like FIFA World Cup thing where it's like, dude, anybody could make it. This is not a lock anymore for the top teams to win. Everybody has the same chance. Everybody could sneak into the playoffs, and anybody could run in the playoffs. In this given precedence, don't be surprised if you don't see the Milwaukee Bucks or the LA Lakers or the Milwaukee Bucks and the LA Clippers in the finals. It could very well be, you know, different teams.
Sixers.
Yeah, it could very well be.
Nah, Clippers.
Sixers. Same way it could be.
My money's on the Clippers.
I want it to be the Clippers versus the Sixers because I need them to beat Kawhi's ass.
I agree with Greek.
That's not gonna happen.
It's happening.
My money's on the Clippers.
All right.
I agree with Greek when he said that this is going to be the hardest season.
I need my Sixers to beat Kawhi's ass.
The hardest championship that these players have ever came across because of the whole commotion and the whole bubble and the difference that in the difference in scenery and all that. No fans, you know, worried about the virus and all that. So Greek said that this was going to be one of the toughest championships or the toughest championship a team could ever win. You know, so that asterisk that people are going to put next to this championship is for tougher. I agree with him.
It's going to be a great, once it starts, I mean, you know, we're talking about, it's like almost like baseball where it's like, it's going to be, you know, mid-October, you know, October's going to be a great sports month. You're going to have playoffs. You're going to have basketball playoffs, baseball playoffs. It's, you know, and then the new seasons are hopefully going to be kicked into gear right there. Like, you know, October is going to be what March, you know, usually is for us. You know, as far as sports wise, man, like it's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Too bad we won't be playing fantasy baseball, but that's for another podcast.
I mean, you won't be playing fantasy baseball.
Damn.
Shout out to Fantasy League Baseball real quick. Commissioned by Team Chuck.
Yeah, thank God I'll have to join that.
But seriously, yeah, you should. Everyone should. You know, stop just thinking that it's only basketball. You know, you guys haven't been doing too good in basketball, even though Carl, according to Yahoo, is a 3-time champion this year.
He is the three-time
champion. And I got other championships. And I also have a silver. Like, yo, check my cabinet, all right? It's well decorated.
Damn, man.
A lot of asterisks on that.
Yeah, okay. All right.
According to Harold, the asterisk means toughness.
That's what it is. This is a different season.
for the NBA, not for fantasy.
I don't know.
Yo, anything to support LeBron. If I was LeBron, that asterisk would have meant toughness for me too.
But let's remember this. Let's remember this. Because if the Clippers win and Harold says, "Nah, I don't know," because it was a short season.
Exactly.
I mean, listen. There's a possibility. There's a possibility that the Lakers could lose. Of course, there's always a possibility. But like, you can't deny it. This is going to be one of the toughest championships. So whoever wins it, much power to you. I'm going to be tight, but much power to you, bro. Much power.
Yo, I really hope this podcast is being recorded right now.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have the same energy.
God, we're gonna revisit this.
Same exact energy.
What is this? Episode 10? We're gonna come right back.
But no, this is 11.
All right, it's in the book.
This is number 11. I feel, look, I mean, it's
double uno.
Damn, we should have celebrated for episode 10, bro.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great in the, you know, when August kicks in and they're starting to play. Everybody's starting to play.
August. Yo, Mick's talking about whole entanglement. And he's sipping tea again. Watch him sip tea.
Mick, what color is your table? What color is the table you eating off of, Mick?
Yo, he's sipping tea.
You know what's funny? My favorite quote, my favorite meme regarding to all that was the one where they say, you know, where Jay says, "Hey, Will, what's next month?" And he just goes, "August."
Nah, man. I seen somebody on the comments, you know how, like, you know, all these pictures be having comments on it, and then when first, like, you know, Will and Jada was denying it, and somebody was like, "Why'd you lie about August?" So, like, they put July coming right before August. I thought that was a little creative too.
Oh, I didn't see that one. That one was late.
Someone also, they were doing like this fake church sermon, and they said only the devil. No. They said only the devil could have you seeing August in July. And I was like, that's low key a bar right there.
Damn. That's crazy. Damn. Shout out to Will Smith, man.
Oh man, Will Smith, man.
Don't worry about it, homie. We got your back, bro.
All right, guys. Thanks for a wonderful podcast. Don't forget to like, share, because, you know, we need other people to hear the podcast. Everybody hear all these good takes. My name is That Skirty, and I'm going to say bye to Mix.
Goodbye, everybody.
Carl.
Peace out. Peace out.
And H.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you guys for listening.
All right. See you guys next week.